Last week, you watched us get Seahorse out of the water and drop the mast for the first time. There's still a little bit of the sailing season to go, but we got a lot to get done. So this week, we take a look at our jobs list to see exactly what it is that we've got to get done over the next few months.
Well, hello! Today Ian and I have just come along to Seahorse after work to take off the cushion covers and a few remaining bits before we start for the winter. I'll show you where she is. We have a very lovely spot. Thank you very much for putting us here. Look, there she is. And that just happens to be right next to the electrics and the water. Pays to come out early, you see. So we've got about half an hour probably before the sun does set. It's already on its way down. So little Winnie is probably thinking, oh no, has this started again where I've got to sit on a mat while you do maintenance? Yes, it has, Papa. It has. Can't be scared of ladders when you have a boat. Okay, this is probably not the best practice to get on your boat like this, but it works. So, what we got to do, Ian?
Got a big list.
Oh my days.
I wouldn't bother zooming in. And to be honest, this is just the things we could think about a day before, isn't it? But we have, among other things, got to sort out the traveller because it's a bit stiff in one direction. We've got to reverse the jib headed if we can because it's got a little nick out of the end right there where it goes in the clutch, and I'm hoping if we can turn it round the nick will be outside because there's a lot of rope on it. We want to insulate the engine for sound. We want to sort out the roof lining. We want to re-varnish inside. We want to move the engine isolator switches because they're hopeless. You have to lift up a panel to get to them, and there's actually a really convenient panel at the front which is probably where they're meant to be, and they got moved, I expect, when the electrics were sorted out on the boat. So we're going to try and turn them back around as they were. We want to recover the cushions if we can, although some of these jobs may not happen over this winter, we'll see. We've got to repair the sail cover. We want to sort out the seacocks, service them, possibly replace them, and if we can, get better access to them because they're buried. Curtains, anodes, which we've got to do. We've got the rusty keel, which we want to sort out. Toilet door, if we can.
I'd like that.
Yeah. The seat backs and tyres, these hinge up, so when we sleep in it, but we have a little hook on a bit of rope, this little plastic hook, which is, we often think one day this is going to let go and fall on our heads, so we want to try and fix them better. Get a touch-up paint for the, or touch up the hull paint, because the hull's been painted and there's a few little chips and marks in it from its history afloat like boats do, so we're going to try and get some touch-up for it. Try and find the hull ID number because we still haven't found it. I've got to fix the hot water heater because it doesn't work on mains, although it works off the engine fine. We'll check the gas hose because we haven't really looked at it. We've got to launder the sails, but I've got a tick next to one because I've hosed them off and done them. Fix the holes in the deck, some little holes where old fittings have come off it and that before. Lights, we want to replace the lights because we don't like them. Move the isolators, I've spoken about that. Oh, I've got that on twice. Oh no, move isolators is what I was talking about. The engine on-off switch is because there's a on-off switch on the engine out there, which is meant to be a waterproof switch. It has a little rubber cover over the switch, and the rubber covers come off, so I figure the switch is sooner or later going to pack up, so I should replace it before it does. I want to look at if we can leave the anchor on the roller and then just put it in the locker to wrap the chain around. We have this our pulpit on the front doesn't let the anchor just go through to the roller, so I'm wondering if we can go through the gap and onto the roller and then put it back in and leave the chain kind of wrapped around the pulpit. It's a fairly easy thing to find out, but we should find out. The rudder tiller joints, which I've got to do, which I just basically need a new bolt for. we want to varnish the tiller because I don't like varnishing teak. I kind of like it natural, but the tiller actually is looking quite weathered, so we might try and do something with that, which then will probably make us want to do all the teak because it'll look odd, but there's not that much wood on this boat, so it won't be that hard. I might, although I might not do this now, change the backstay because it's 8 to 1, and I was thinking I might make it 12 to 1 or something like that. Or no, not increase the purchase, but increase the amount I can pull it, because it bottoms out before when I feel like there's still a bit more to come. But I might not do that because last time we were out I actually thought no, actually it's about right where it is. So we do want to replace the rigging, which we've already got off the mast, but I've got to organise it. Space in rear locker I've written down because we've got loads of space in the rear locker, but because of the way it's organised under the tiller and with the altar helm in there, we don't make use of it. It's a pain, so I wonder if we can make better use of it. Actually, I'm thinking out loud now, but we could just hang the fenders in it, and then that would free up the fender locker.
And then we can hang rope as well, like people do on hooks.
Yeah. That might actually make sense, put the fenders
just
in there.
Just put a row of hooks for fenders
although it
and
isn't
rope.
quite so easy to get in there when you're just sailing along, where it's easy.
Oh yeah, because if we're coming in a marina,
Anyway,
you won't be able to use a tiller.
We don't want to talk about this on the film. But that's an idea. Companionway hatch, because...
It leaks.
Well, it's got a split in it, because how did it get a split in it?
You trod on it.
Yeah, I trod it. But we were doing something to it anyway, weren't we? Oh, the bit of wood across the front of it had split, which made it weak, and then I trod on it, which is
made
what
it split.
it. And we were going to replace that bit of wood, so it's really irritating because I split the hatch just before I'd replaced a bit of wood, and then we did a hasty repair on it just before we went on holiday, and I was actually painting the bit of wood, a scrap bit of old pine I found while we were sailing along, and that's done perfectly well and it's still on there. So, but we're going to get a new hatch on it. Although it might not be clear, is it? We thought we might put like an opaque one in or a white one in or something like that.
Because we sleep here, it block out some light.
You can't really kind of screen that bit off, so that might get done. Mainsail fine adjust cleat. Yeah, it's just one of the cleats. I think the spring's broken in it. It might need to replace it or something. Sort out other jib tracks because we've got one of our number one jibs being converted to hanks, so that'll come back to the jib tracks further back, which have got a slider, bull race slider on it. So I've just got to I've got to rope them and sort them out. Radio speakers, because one of them doesn't work. Rewire the wind instruments because I had to cut the plug off to get it out through the deck because the hole was too small for the plug. So I need to do that. There's a block on the mast for the jib halyard because it's collapsed, and it's one of the reasons we got the mast down, because we couldn't easily replace it on the mast. So got the mast down, I must replace that block, so that's actually quite urgent or important, because if I don't do it I'm going to regret getting the mast down. Now the mast is down, I can see the anchor light's got water in it, I need to do that. And now the mast is down, I don't know what you call the arm that's on the backstay to kind of flick the backstay out of the way of the sail, is just a bit of fiberglass, which is really flaky bits of fiberglass.
I noticed that.
It just wants painting or something, or sealing or something to do it. And that's the list.
Wow, and we both have you have a full-time job at the moment.
Well,
I'm
yeah,
part-time
but that's why we
now.
came out the water early, isn't it? So we can at least... some of these things are only going to take half an hour. Others of them, like varnishing,
and take days.
Take ages.
And it's already about 3 degrees.
Yeah, and I get Friday afternoons off, which is great, except we've just got down to the boat,
And
we've just started doing this, filming it, and the sun is already almost gone.
Right,
So,
we better crack on then.
Yeah, but anyway, first thing is to get everything out of the boat that's in the boat, because it's still got cushions and everything in it. If we're going to varnish, we need to scrape everything, get rid of everything so we can scrape it all off and tidy up. So let's get everything off.
Right, so the sun is going down quite rapidly, the moon is out and we've still got quite a lot to do, so I'm going to call it a day with the filming and work really hard to get the rest of it off before we lose all light. If you like this film and have liked our channel, could you please give us a thumbs up, because apparently that's good for YouTube, and obviously write a comment down below would be helpful as well, but a thumbs up would be fantastic. Thank you very much indeed.